This is Alex Perez,
I'm Mike Morales.
sipping off the cuff, and we're back with Sparkle Donkey.
Sparkle Donkey. I can't say it without going into Shrek. In a previous episode we tasted Sparkle Donkey Blanco through using our glassware, our Riedel glasses. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to run this through the Venturi aerator. In case you haven't seen any of these before, it's the name of the company, Venturi Aerator. They make aerators for wines. You've seen them before.
Yeah.
Alex is very familiar with these.
They have different kinds.
Right. This one happens to be for spirits. And it gives you a whole list on the side. I mean, you can use this from anywhere from sake to liqueurs. And we're using it on tequila. This was brought to my attention by a gentleman, Alex Vieco, who's the CEO of Montalvo Tequila. He asked me a question. He said, do you aerate your tequila? I said, sure. I always, do the spinning and the swirl. And no, he says, do you run it through an aerator? So I thought this was a gimmick, but it's actually based on physics. It's based on some 16th, 17th, 18th century physicists. And so just let me demonstrate this. First of all, you can see this one is a branded, Montalvo branded Venturi aerator, and it's notched with measurements. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour. You just imagine that you order something from a bar, and your waiter, your waitress comes up to you, and instead of pouring it in your glass, pours it in this thing. Okay.
So kind of like a table service.
Like a table service, like bottle service.
Bottle service.
When they make if they're going to make a guacamole at your table, or they bring you a sizzling plate of fajitas, okay, well, they bring you one of these. Nice presentation, right? And what's going to happen is they'll pick it up, and if you can see how close I can get for this, and just listen, just watch. You press this button.
Sounds like a dying.
Yeah. What sounds like a donkey, doesn't it?
There you go.
Hey. What it does is it actually shoots oxygen. It oxygenates, lets your spirit open up much faster than it would if it just sat there for 20 minutes. When you let your
faster than if you swirl it. Or maybe more complete aeration.
Well, yes, and it aerates from the bottom to the top. I mean, everything gets aerated without having to swirl, and it's much faster. And the presentation of it's really pretty, very nice. I mean, this will fit really nicely in your bar. If you're going to go to the expense of getting glassware like this, or using specific snifters, one of these.
If you're going to get real.
If you're going to get real
about your tequila.
If you're going to get real about your tequila. Here we go. You're going to use. You should consider getting a Venturi aerator. Now watch this again. This is very cool.
You see all the bubbles in there.
You see the bubbles? That's all the oxygen.
That's not battery operated or anything.
No, not at all. It's
gravity.
It's gravity. It's physics. It is based on physics. I will shortly on Tequila Aficionado and tequilajournalist.com. I'll have a short blog post explaining what these are based on. But this is actual physics. It's not a
Not a gimmick.
And I think it's a viable tool. Okay, if you're going to use these for tools.
Let's try it, Professor.
Okay.
Whoa. I think it just separated all the... I don't mean to laugh. It's just...
He got hit with the pillow of sugar that I keep telling people about.
Wow. It's like a layer of cotton candy sitting on top of there.
It's the sweetest thing. Now, what's interesting...
Wow. I don't think I want to drink this. I'm sorry. It's my honest truth.
Alex and I have not had these together.
The fair.
Yeah.
The Pomona Fair.
What color is your cotton candy? It is...
Officer, this is cotton candy.
Now, see, just for the sake of transparency and truth in advertising, or just truth, when I first had this, I had this in a champagne flute, not in a Riedel glass.
Funny about doing this for the... I hadn't tasted this before, did you?
But I have. I've tasted it before, but I've had it not in a Riedel glass. I've had it in a champagne flute, and in the champagne flute, I got the same thing. But when I ran it through the aerator in the champagne flute, this smell was muted. Now in the Riedel, it reversed.
Wow.
This was muted in the Riedel,
it's
unless you actually had to look for it. You might have seen the previous episode where we were tilting it back and forth, trying to get it to cling to the glass.
I don't think this is supposed to happen in this tequila.
I think the aerator brings out the nasty.
Bring out the truth.
It brings out the truth. See, you can't hide from people like us. We look for every tool we can to get that edge, because you're looking for that edge. And you know what? It's still a great tasty tequila if you can get past the nose.
My son might like the smell of this.
No, we can't give it to your son.
Give it to him.
No, the cats. Alex's cats. The cats won't. They won't go near it. Whoa! This is exactly what it smells like in a champagne flute. It comes right up your nose. If for those of you who may have taken a bag of CNA sugar and you open it for the first time and you get that powder that goes up your nose, that's what this does.
Well, this is what happens when, you know, the laws in making tequila allow you to have certain additives to tequila, and it's all legal. It's all good.
Yeah, they're enhancing. Yeah. They're enhancing the tequila. They are using ingredients that are legal as per the laws, the normas of the CRT. None of this stuff is going to hurt you. Will it influence you whether you buy it or not? Maybe. Now, let me explain something. This is something we didn't cover in the first half, but let me explain something about Sparkle Donkey. This is off their notes that they send to us. They have a special process that they do with their tequila.
You look like a professor.
Well, you know, if we're talking, plus, you know, it's small print. They use a unique post-distillation oxygenation process to give it a smoother finish. You're probably familiar with letting a wine breathe. The reason for this is that red wines, especially young wines, should be allowed to aerate to reduce volatile compounds like sulfurs, tannins, and phenols. Letting a wine breathe, it reincorporates oxygen gas, giving it a better taste and freshness. Similarly, oxygenating our tequila gives it an especially fresh, smooth finish. Okay, so what we've done is we've oxygenated an oxygenated tequila. They already know what the effects are of oxygenation, and they've done it before they bottle it. We've done it again. I don't know if this is working, if this was their intended effect or not. But the sweetness on the nose, way stronger through the Venturi aerator. I think, in my opinion, the Venturi aerator does what the Riedel glass was intended to do. Riedel glasses can and do on many occasions bring out the nasty in a tequila, as friends of mine say.
Yeah, well, you could call it the nasty or the trueness.
The flaws.
The trueness.
It shows you the flaws.
Yes, most definitely. Just like, you know, when you look at a diamond close up, you could see the flaws. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting what that brings out. Now, again, everyone's palate is different. This is just not for me.
Me neither. Will it work for you? I think it's a great gateway to tequila. It has a wonderful story. Their POS material is actually very, very good. They're up front, which is what I like. You know, they're not mentioning that they're going to surprise you with the nose particularly, but the flavor's not bad. And I honestly think that you may lose the nose in a cocktail, but I think this is a great cocktail tequila. That's what I would use it for. Would I sip on it? No. Probably not even a good idea to run it through an aerator.
No. It might not even be bad on the rocks.
On the rocks, water.
Just on the rocks.
No, well, water changes flavor profile.
Exactly.
So maybe it needs to be watered down. Maybe on the rocks would be a good thing to have.
Try it.
Lots of possibilities. Would we have it in our library? That's
like I said before. We do now.
We do now.
But it's an experience for us.
It's an experience, and I'm glad that you were here to share it with us.
Yeah, and it should be an experience for you. I don't know what market they're trying to tackle. It could be. I mean, some of these things, believe it or not, are focused for a group. It could be a female group, female market, which I think this probably serves.
As I
The
said,
POS doesn't look like it, but
no, it's probably a wonderful gateway tequila.
because
Maybe it's a
I
great
know
gate.
women are always looking for something sweet. I want to try something sweet. I don't want something harsh. I want something sweet.
And most often they're very open-minded. They'll try something at least once. And Sparkle Donkey is definitely worth trying. And it'll give you a really good idea as to what's possible in the tequila industry these days. So it's a great example. You decide what kind of example it becomes. I'm Mike Morales
I'm Alex Perez. We've just tried Sparkle Donkey Blanco
through the
using
Venturi
the
aerator.
Venturi aerator. Very enlightening.
Definitely.
Very good. We hope you keep watching us. This has been Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. Thank you.